2,000 kilometers across Italy, this was my hardest challenge yet. I rode along beautiful lakes, explored the Apennine mountains alone on my birthday, and the famous Tuscany region with its rolling hills and historic places. I visited Rome and Napoli, which turned out to be quite different, and in the south there were some of the most breathtaking cliffs I have ever seen. The hardest part was climbing an active volcano on Sicily, which is more than 3,000 meters high. I had many beautiful wild camping spots, ate a lot of amazing Italian food, met many people along the way, and for the first time ever I wasn't alone on one of my solo adventures. And of course, there were both highs and lows.
That's so annoying. This was really not what I wanted to happen.
Yes! Woo! Buongiorno! I'm here in Lugano and I'm so stoked to finally start this adventure.
I rode along Lago di Lugano. The lake offers some absolutely breathtaking views. The lake is split between Switzerland and Italy. Lugano was still in Switzerland, but after less than 1 hour of riding, I was already in Italy. So now, my adventure of crossing the whole country could finally start. At that point, I wasn't sure whether I had set the bar too high this time.
I've heard the songs of summer singing, like a humming in the June.
I'm now in the Po Valley. It's so beautiful to ride here, quite a lot of fun.
The Po Valley is the largest and most fertile plain in Italy, stretching from the Alps to the Adriatic Sea and shaped by the Po River. It was ideal to cover a lot of distance as it was all flat. However, even though it was fun at the beginning, it started to get a bit boring over time. By the way, at that point I had reached the Eurovelo 5, which I will follow for quite a while.
Wide hearts open door. I was young, I was sure I could hear the singing.
I used Komoot to plan my route. Sometimes this leads to interesting situations. Suddenly I had to cross this river. According to the app, this was just a normal road. I was lucky there wasn't too much water, it was already hard enough.
Yes, I made it. My shoes didn't get wet and this was actually quite a lot of fun.
After the obstacle, I came across a small town. It was a really nice change after riding in nature for hours. I enjoyed it for a few minutes, but then it was already time to continue. I was slowly but surely getting used to the bikepacking lifestyle again, and it was soon time to leave the Po Valley behind. After riding in the flat for 3 days, I was really looking forward to the mountains.
Daylight goodbyes, cheek to cheek. Pretty people sat out in the streets.
Yes, that's so beautiful. And I think the steepest part is over now. So much fun today.
The uphill had been very exhausting, but it was absolutely worth it. I was now in the Apennine Mountains, often called the backbone of Italy, stretching over 1,200 kilometers from the north to the south of the peninsula. That day was actually my birthday. It was a bit sad to spend it on my own, but at least it was the most epic day of riding yet.
Well deserved downhill, let's end it.
The day after my birthday, I was heading to the sea. I was really looking forward to it. The Mediterranean Sea connects Europe, Africa, and the Middle East and covers about 2.5 million square kilometers, making it one of the world's largest enclosed seas. At that point, I was already very close to the famous Tuscany region.
And whatever the weather, we have each other, and that's how the story will end.
The first town I visited in Tuscany was Lucca. It was really beautiful, but it was also crowded as it was a Saturday. However, I think it's a bit a hidden gem that some tourists don't know, so I can highly recommend to visit it. Unfortunately, it's always a bit difficult to explore a town with the bicycle. When I left, I could see the massive stone walls surrounding the old town.
Thought I'd seen it all till I saw you. London in the fall in Paris too.
And by the way, if you're wondering what I do in the evening, I do a lot of wild camping. My tent is set up somewhere over there, and I did now wild camping for 6 days in a row, and now I'm in the Tuscany region. It's just incredibly beautiful here. Let's enjoy the sunset.
I was now following the Via Francigena, an ancient pilgrimage route that originally connected Canterbury to Rome. The Via Francigena is a hidden gem for a journey through the heart of Tuscany's rolling hills and medieval fortresses. On that day I had both, at the beginning some beautiful nature, and then I came across Montericcioni, a circular medieval hilltop village.
I will never leave your side. Hold you closer in your comfort. Take the weight of both your shoulders.
Just look at this building. This is absolutely crazy.
Unfortunately, as it was late afternoon already, I didn't have much time to look at Siena and decided to continue. I loved the mix of nature and historic towns in Tuscany. It never got boring.
Golden halo morning light. Little flower, take your time. Needles thread a joyful line.
There's yet another uphill, and my arm is fully wet. The Tuscany region is really beautiful, but also very exhausting.
I knew that it wouldn't be flat all the way, but honestly I didn't expect that much elevation. The hills are not that high, but there's a lot of them, so you can underestimate it very easily. In total, I had an elevation gain of 20,000 meters during this trip. I was starting to get tired of it, so I was looking forward to being in flatter terrain again.
All is fire, all is storm. All is the clouds move. On and on, and on and on. On and on, and on and on.
I was now near Lago di Bolsena, a massive volcanic crater lake in central Italy, famous for its crystal clear waters. It's one of the cleanest lakes in Europe and serves as a vital milestone on the Via Francigena. This was the point where I knew it wasn't far anymore to Rome.
Move on and on and on and on. On and on.
I made it to Rome. I'm really looking forward to exploring the city, but I have to say that this is also the first time I feel a bit lonely. It would be really nice to share this moment with someone.
First I walked a bit through the city and then I visited some famous sites like the Trevi Fountain, the Pantheon, the Vittoriano Monument, the Spanish Steps and the Vatican. It's a stunning place, something you must see when visiting Rome, and the wait is absolutely worth it. And of course I visited the Colosseum, the oldest amphitheater in the world. It's crazy to think that gladiator fights took place just a few meters away from where I was standing. Later I also had a look at the Roman Forum. It's nice that Rome has so many historical sites. When I was leaving Rome I saw the Colosseum again. It's the building that fascinated me the most. It was a bit sad to leave the city already. Instead of 2, you would need 4 or 5 days to see everything in detail. I had a quick chat with Francesco, a fellow bikepacker from Italy. Then I was riding on the Via Appia Antica, a 2,300-year-old engineering marvel that was once almost 600 kilometers long.
Frost on the moon. Dig deep, you'll find it's so warm.
So nice that I made it to the sea again, and this time I will actually ride along the coast for quite a while.
I had followed the Eurovelo 5 to get to Rome, but I decided to continue on the Eurovelo 7. It's called the Sun Route and mainly follows the coast after Rome. I was really happy to spend more time close to the sea, and of course that meant that it was finally flat again.
I believe in a God who loves me well, better than I can love myself. But I can't seem to make sense of grace, and I feel unworthy of your love most days.
After spending a lot of time at the coast, it was time to explore another city.
Well, I'm just a few kilometers away from Napoli now, and I got my first flat in more than 3,000 kilometers. That really sucks.
I had to take everything away from the bike and then it was time to repair. It was actually quite hard with my small hand pump.
I think I finally made it. Yes, this is so exhausting.
I could finally ride the last few kilometers and explore the city. Like in Rome, I first walked around a bit, then I visited the Street of Crypts. I was amazed by the many details. Then I went to the Cathedral of Santa Maria Assunta, which is over 700 years old. It's funny that you see Maradona everywhere in Napoli. He's a legend in this city. For lunch I went to the ancient Pizzeria da Michele with more than 50,000 reviews. I even saw a demo by the taxi drivers, which was interesting to witness.
So, it's already time to leave Napoli. It's actually quite different from Rome, but I really liked it.
Something that stood out is the crazy traffic. You really have to pay attention all the time. Besides the cars, there's people walking across the street without even looking. And the roads around Napoli are horrible with the bicycle. However, I have to say that the city feels really authentic and lively.
Lost inside your eyes. Time doesn't move when I'm with you.
One day after leaving Napoli, I ran into Charlie, a fellow bikepacker from Austria. After being alone for more than 2 weeks, it was so nice to ride together with him. The good thing was that he was also heading to Sicily and our pace was similar, so it was a good fit between us.
Open your eyes to golden light. There's a world of wonder painted in the sky. What a beautiful sight.
Let's go! This is so amazing!
It was so nice to ride along this beautiful coast. I think it was the most fun I'd had so far.
So Charlie, do you like it?
It's amazing. Such a wonderful beach. And the street here is awesome. Not that much traffic, perfect conditions.
Yes, couldn't be much better.
The light of day, it's all before you, illuminated. So much to be found. Watch the world spin round. It's just the beginning. It's just the beginning. We'll chase the sky, watch us shine.
This is definitely the most epic place to fly the drone yet. So beautiful here.
Considering how breathtaking the scenery was, I couldn't believe how little cars there were on the road. Charlie and I had all this beautiful nature to ourselves. It was a truly special moment. By the way, this was the coast between Sapri and Maratea, so if you are in southern Italy, you definitely need to explore this hidden gem of a road. This coast is often called the Amalfi Coast without the crowds.
Your eyes are the color of the sunflowers, so radiant, wild and free. And the world stops spinning, I lose track of all the hours. There's no place I'd rather be.
At some point we randomly rode past a movie set, which is something you don't see every day. It was crazy to see how much infrastructure it actually needs. I can understand why they chose this location. It was a 10 out of 10 with perfectly blue water on that day. However, just a few minutes later we saw a wildfire, which was a stark contrast.
What the fuck? It's just burning over there. Crazy.
Our love keeps growing like a melody unfolding. These days are like a symphony.
Biggest ice cream we've ever had.
Oh yeah. I think that's the thing we need to take the rest of the way.
With the gained calories, we had new energy to continue. On that day we ended up doing 160 kilometers, which is much more than I usually do. The next day it wasn't far anymore to Sicily, which boosted our motivation a lot. However, as Charlie had an average of around 150 kilometers a day, I knew that this was the last day I would ride together with him. Eventually we made it to the ferry, and since it was about to leave, we could hop on it for free. Then it took only around 20 minutes to reach Messina. This moment made me feel very proud. Thanks Telepass for the free ride.
Yes, we made it.
Yeah.
So
Almost done
nice.
Sicily.
Yes, that's amazing.
We met Mario, who cycled all the way around the island, which was pretty impressive. Then we continued riding, and after 4 days together it was time to say goodbye.
Oh my dear. Jan, I wish you all the best on the trip and a lot of likes.
Subscribe.
It was a weird feeling to part ways, but I think it was the right decision. It was the first time ever I rode multiple days with someone I met. It was an amazing experience, and Charlie is such a kind person. I had a good first impression of Sicily. It's a stunning island. My goal was to climb Mount Etna, an active volcano that is more than 3,000 meters high.
You're like a picture on the walls in my head. Colors like mountains I could never forget. You are my heart.
Wow, the climb was really brutal, but it was so worth it. It looks like I'm on another planet up here. Just absolutely insane.
It was my first time ever climbing a volcano. The beauty of nature left me absolutely speechless. Mount Etna is Europe's highest and most active stratovolcano, a UNESCO-listed giant that constantly reshapes the Sicilian skyline with its dramatic eruptions and obsidian-like lava fields. I was also very lucky that it was a Monday. I met Alfredo at the top, and he said that on the weekend it's horrible with all the people. After reaching the top, I was looking forward to an epic descent.
We were becoming us through the joy and the pain and the fallen stars. Here's to the broken hearts that make us who we are.
The next day I continued to head south. It was not far anymore to the southernmost point. Eventually I reached Siracusa, one of the more popular towns on Sicily. Siracusa is a stunning 2,700-year-old coastal city that was once the largest and most powerful Greek colony in the Mediterranean. It was beautiful, but not the most stunning place of my trip, and unfortunately I had some delays again.
No, it seems like I have a flat again. Oh no, this pisses me off so much.
It was actually this tiny piece of glass that caused a puncture. So I had to do the same procedure again. At least I was glad when it was finally fixed.
On a memory back when we were just 17, holding Lake Michigan with your eyes on me. I had my hands deep in the pockets of my blue jeans. I said you could be my Mel and I will be your James Dean. Well, I knew that you could fix my soul.
There were only 100 kilometers left. It's always a strange feeling when you're so close to finally reaching the goal. In these 3.5 weeks I ate 7 pizzas. The best ones are definitely in and around Napoli. That's already a good enough reason to visit the city. Pasta I even ate 9 times. I would say that you can find great pasta pretty much in every restaurant in Italy. Unfortunately, the portions are not that big though. And tiramisu, my favorite dessert, I also ate 9 times. In my opinion, you find better tiramisu in the north. There it's a bit more creamy. I was now in the home stretch and on the verge of completing my challenge, crossing Italy from the north to the far south.
If it went out, would I be the same? If I go down, am I the one to blame? Oh, what's the point in trying anyhow?
Yes, I made it! This was such an amazing journey, and I can't believe that it's already over. Consider to subscribe if you haven't already, and as always, thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate it, and hopefully I will see you in the next one.